And welcome to Cajun Cooking TV. Tonight's episode we're cooking potatoes au gratin, and I don't mean out of a box. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is slice our potatoes. I have accounted 2 potatoes per person. So there's 2 of us and we got some guests coming. So I've cut up 8 potatoes all together that I peel them and slice them, and then I just have 2 left so I can show you. I have my vegetable peeler, and you want to put it on your potato and pull away from you so that you don't scrape your fingernails and your knuckles. So you just peel it like this really quick. Just like this. Set this to the side for a second. And all I do is cut it down the middle on a cutting board, and with a paring knife just slice it into thin slices. And I have a bowl of water, a large bowl of water, and a colander sitting here so that it keeps the potatoes moist. Otherwise they'll start to discolor after a few minutes. We also have 8 cups of finely shredded cheddar cheese, so we'll be using that in a little bit. We're also going to make a white cheese sauce, so I have 1 tablespoon of flour and a tablespoon of butter. So in the meantime, I first want to put this in the microwave and heat up this milk for 1.5 minutes. Just do melting it then.
Okay, action.
I have here a deep skillet and 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm going to melt this butter and get it bubbly and hot. In the meantime, I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees. In a little while, we're going to put in this deep French white casserole dish. So right now, we're going to start our white cheese sauce by making a white roux first. I'm going to toss in 1 tablespoon of flour. You want equal parts, butter and flour, when you're making a roux. And this just makes your milk mixture and with the cheese just creamy and thick. Otherwise it would just be the consistency of milk. In the milk, I've warmed it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. Just want to be sure to stir it well, get all the lumps out. Make sure all the flour is incorporated. So just kind of, I'm going to turn this up to about number 6 on my stove. It's like a medium heat. And we're going to continuously stir this, just like this with the whisk, for 8 to 10 minutes. And this milk is going to become really thick and a nice taste. Hi, we're back, and I have been cooking this for about 10, 12 minutes actually. I'm going to turn off the fire and remove it from the heat. It's a beautiful white sauce here. And then I'm going to gradually add in about 4 cups of this finely shredded cheddar cheese. Just pour in a little and then mix it up and then pour in some more. So as you whisk this in, the cheese just melts right into the sauce. That's why I like to use finely shredded cheddar cheese. See how fast that melted? It just dissolves right into the sauce, and that is looking so good. I'm going to save some of this cheese to go on the top of the casserole. So I think that'll be just about right. Look how good that is. Now this is a good cheesy cheese sauce. Just whisk it in and the cheese melts. Our next step is to take our casserole dish. This is a deep casserole dish, and I have some canola spray. I'm going to spray the bottom and the sides. And that helps the potatoes and the cheese mixture not stick. already drained the potatoes of water. Just pour those directly in here, just like that. This is really a simple dish. Get a spatula. And then we just pour the cheese sauce over it. Ooh, look at that. How you like that, Mike?
That looks awesome.
This is another one of Mike's favorite dishes. I don't think he has too many that he doesn't like. So we're just going to spread this around. I'm just going to try and work it down in there. And it kind of does that on its own also. And like I said, I have the oven preheated on 400 degrees. We're going to bake this. I have a baking sheet in there. And I'm going to cover it and bake it for 40 minutes. And then I'll uncover it and bake it for an additional 40 minutes. Now that looks good. So let's get this in the oven and we'll see you later on. Okay, we've taken our casserole out of the oven. It's been 40 minutes with the cover on and then another 40 minutes without the cover, and that's how it gets this brown, beautiful brown color on top. Now while it's right out of the oven, I want to melt this finely shredded cheddar cheese on top. I'm just going to kind of pour this around evenly, and just the heat from the casserole is going to help melt the cheese. We're going to let it sit for 5 minutes, and then we're going to dig in. Our cheese is melted. We're going to plate this up and give it a try. Look at those good layers of cheese melted in there. It's all creamy and good. And then I'll sprinkle a few little chopped green onions for flavor. And let's give this a try. Be sure and get some cheese. The potatoes are tender. We can taste the cheese sauce, and just a little bit of crunch with the green onions just makes this taste wonderful. Thank you for joining us on Cajun Cooking TV tonight. Tonight we made potatoes au gratin, and we sprinkled them with the little chopped green onions, and they are wonderful. So for more recipes like these, please check out our website. See you next time.